what's happening here, I instantly write here at logis and that's coming instantly. So this is the real-time feature we have in Firebase.
So what we're demoing is that's the second user on the screen, and your phone is the first, is another user. So between two users, that was a very fast real-time
synchronization. We can also write something.
Yeah, I have written. You can show. Yeah, it will come.
My JD is coming instantly. Connect to it instantly.
How they are executing your code, the process we have to know. Very lengthy process. So we are not able to say queries and that.
Yeah, so these changes are coming here instantly. So just take a milliseconds to replicate on another application.
So this synchronization is happening through the Firebase server.
Yeah. Okay. We can have demo for other applications.
Can you also show the data storage model?
Can you write?
The application we built here, like the Drawing App Pro that we have in the demo. Like these are the apps we built here. We can build a new app from here. And let me see the database, how the database appear here. So this is a demo app we built at Logis TT. So these are the three fields I added here: F name, L name, and mobile. And I can another field here. So this is how we can create fields into the backend database. And if you want to see that in JSON format, what you need to give, this is the Atlogis TT, this is the app we built here, so that will give this URL. And here you can use this URL into your application to add the feature validation on these fields. And if you want to see that in JSON format, this will display you this data in JSON format from here. And this is the analytics part which we can see here as well. So this is another feature which comes with Firebase. So we can see the total data stored, that is bandwidth, peak content users for this application for the last 30 days, and we can see this kind of data as the last 24 hour data bandwidth, data available for last 30 days. So that's also a utility comes with Firebase.
No.
And maybe can you show the data model for the drawing app? Just to get
The POC app or this?
Yeah, the POC, anything. So here I believe you have multiple users creating a drawing, and then they can see each other's drawings, and you have a section where you store all of your drawings, right?
No, it is not for user, it is for application wise. So all those data is coming in key value pairs.
In this application, we are not having that user key.
In
that we have the POC app.
What is coordinator?
Points coordinate.
You explain.
Yeah, it is like if you are doing here from here and drawing and then
all the points.
Yeah.
That's how it gets shared
Yes.
across the others.
See.
It's actually stored the image rendering in the form of coordinates, and then it's sharing those coordinates.
Just a minute. You have to log in through.
One chat, and this UI actually built using the Firebase UI itself. So no effort to build any kind of UI, and this application you built also in some R, right?
Yeah.
Now we can start the chat. So the messages are coming instantly.
Can you
So
also
no
share
UI
images?
effort.
Can you also share images and video files if you have?
No.
That also supported in Firebase?
Yeah, that is supported, but in application, in this application.
No, in
Yeah.
Firebase in
Yeah,
general.
that's support,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
support.
That would
supported.
also be very
Yeah.
instant.
Yeah, emoticons also pertinent. You want to see the data structure for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
app as well?
You can. Do you have a demo of that whole drawing app where
Yeah,
you see
we
your
have.
profiles and the
Yeah,
completed
we are
images?
having, yeah.
You can show that and the data
Sure,
storage for
sure.
that.
Drawing
Yeah.
Pro. This one.
So this is an app where different users create drawings on the drawing palette on their phone, and they all get saved on the server, and then I can see anyone else's drawing and I can vote on that drawing, and besides my own drawing. And there's a leaderboard where you see all the popular drawings on the latest edition. So as people create drawings on their palette and publish them, they're all available on the leaderboard. And then you go on the leaderboard and you can browse drawings and you can see which drawing has the maximum vote, and you can see users' profiles and you can see what all drawings they've created. So a very basic application where there are users logging in and doing some drawings and storing it. Now we could have built that application using a traditional LAMP structure also, in which you would have had a MySQL database and a server Apache, right? And then if you were to build it in web, you would expose an API and then you would use that API in Android and iOS and in web. Now the whole thing has been done in Firebase, and when you look at this, so this is a profile of G1. He has one completed drawing which has 2 votes, and he has one drawing in draft stage, and he's had 2 impressions around his drawing. That's his draft drawing, that's his completed drawing. And what I actually want you to focus on, especially the developers, is the data model for this. How it's been done in JSON, which is all key value pair, so it's NoSQL, and how it's different from what you would have done in MySQL, and how, maybe if you want to show the code, how Firebase automatically creates the queries, so you don't have to worry about doing any joins across tables and fetching data from table 1 and using the key of table 1 to then fetch the data from table 2. You don't have to do any of that. All of that is automatically handled by Firebase, right? And we don't have to get an API handshake document with the GET request and the POST request. You don't have to define the APIs because those are also automatically simulated. So we save all that effort of creating an API, of defining a database schema, and of writing the backend code. But again, it has its certain restrictions. So you can't really use it for all kinds of applications. Like you said, if your app is already made in relational database, you can't convert it to JSON.
And you cannot migrate that thing in Firebase as well. So you can have, these are the, here you will see the global, all those images created by all the users who are in this Firebase application, who are registered in Firebase. So these are the images for every users. So whenever he has created one, you can say, whenever he saves on the drawing, it will come to this global. Yeah, completed. See. Yeah. This one. So another you can see this data on device also. Yeah, this one. Okay. So it is kind of pretty much quick and real time. So I think why that's why they haven't published any push notification, because this is kind of real time. So you don't have to worry about anything push notification.
And what is the key for the data model for this?
Yeah.
You have that.
So this is the data model for this app. Here this online users are coming here. So G1.
Yeah.
All the drawing is saving here is coming into under extra special global images. Like in global images, we're storing the data like in this format. Like the image data, the timestamp, total user coming here. Total view user list, like who are the user coming here. This user is Facebook ID, total votes, and the user who voted against this particular image, they are coming here. And this is FP ID of the user who's created this image. So like that, we have this structure for each and every image which is created in the tab.
Do we have some flexibility of defining this data model, how we want the key values?
Yes, yes.
Like right now you have for inside each image you're storing the ID of the user who created that image.
Yeah.
You could have also done it differently, where you could have had all the users, and inside each user you store a list of the images that they've created.
Yeah, we
Do
can
you have
write.
that flexibility.
Yeah, we can have that thing in Swift,
Yeah,
and
we
the
can do
query
either
is
way,
pretty
yeah.
much simple. 1 or 2 lines of code. That is.
But that would make the document heavier.
Yeah, exactly. So depending upon the application, you need to define the schema so that it's the most optimized.
Yes.
So not only pull for one user, their documents, it goes through all the documents in the user.
No, for that particular.
Yes,
user,
it
will
goes
go
through all
well.
the images and then it fetches the user ID.
We can define the rules of that user. So if you want to access your data, if I am not kind of admin person or not, then you can access other data also.
So this is all like we done pretty much with all the content.
Great.
That's all.